Hey everybody, what's up? I want to talk about parental bailouts and why those of us feel that we are financially responsible for our adult sons and daughters. I think a lot of it has to do with fear that they're going to walk away, that they're not going to talk to us or ghost us or take the grandkids. And so we've continued to bail them out. I read story after story of moms that have bought their sons and daughters, have paid for the college education that gave them a grade A childhood, that gave them a white pony and white picket fence and the best of the best and karate lessons and swim lessons and ballet and vacations and cars, and some people have bought their kids homes. And we have to ask why. Why would we deprive our adult sons and daughters of the opportunity to care for themselves and to work hard to buy these things? Was I guilty of it? Absolutely. Absolutely. I did do for my daughters. A lot of parents have put their children first, have put themselves on the back burner. I have pictures from when my kids were little. We were a military family. And I never did my hair, nails, makeup, etc. Going to the salon, absolutely not. On a single military income, even with BAH, which is basic allowance for housing, our apartment was only a couple of $100s a month. Way back when, this is the 1990s. We got an affordable apartment. Um, it was fine. It sufficed. We had an older car. Um, I didn't have new clothes. I went to the thrift store. I still go to the thrift store. This is a new shirt, but it was on clearance. But I had the mindset of clearance, of saving. For Christmas, we'd go to the dollar store and I'd wrap up gifts from the dollar store individually so that my children would have more. And so, yet, after they reached the age of 18, now I don't know about you, but when I was a kid, my mom told me by the age of 12 I could work, even if I went and collected cans or newspapers. That's how I made money, at helping the neighbors shovel or cut their grass. So I learned how to be self-sufficient. I went and worked at the state fair at the age of 15, and then Taco Bell at 16, and so on and so forth. I always had a job. My mom said, I'll pay for your needs, you pay for your wants. And I didn't think my mom was mean. But why we as parents believe that we are a bailout organization, that we have to continue to bail out our adult sons and daughters. I don't know. I'm not saying I haven't done it. When my oldest daughter reconnected, she needed a vehicle. I had given her a couple of used cars, not new cars, but then the car I gave her was kind of, it needed some work. And so she said, she was working two jobs, and she said, I can pay for a car. And I said, okay. And so we went together and found her a car. It was about 13,900 something or other. It was more expensive than any car I had ever bought for myself. Go figure. And then she had it, and so I did help her. Why? Because I knew she promised me she would pay. She would be responsible for it. She was working two jobs. She paid half of all the bills. So why wouldn't I believe her? That kind of backfired, but that's for a different day. But anyways, it's time. They should be working in high school. They should be contributing around the house. They should be doing chores. 18, you got to figure it out. Even if they stay home and go to college, it doesn't mean that you have to take care of their cell phone insurance, etc. They can go work. There are jobs that are open at night. They have to make their own way. We need to stop bailing them out. It's just the way it is. It's anyone who's handed anything on a silver platter doesn't appreciate it. They say, "Oh, if my dad or mom gave me this, they'll give me more." And a lot of times, parents give more, and then these parents are left with financial ruins because they're stuck with college debt because they've signed a Parent Plus loan. Don't even get me started on that. I didn't sign loans for my kids. My mom didn't sign any loans for me. She said, I'll buy your books. You pay for your own college, and that's just the way it is. So was it Was my childhood tough? I don't think so. I learned responsibility, and that's just the way it was. So if your kids are still at home and they're not contributing to society, it's time for them to go. They can go live with someone else. It's just the way it is. So anyways, that's all I've got, and I'll be back.